Welcome to Let's Talk Jonesboro. Today our guests are from Project CARE. It is Laura Pope and Mary Housewright, and you guys do so much for the community. And tell us a little bit about Project CARE.
So Project CARE is a coalition to improve the lives of the special needs population.
How long has this been in operation?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half? Mm-hmm. Well, and I became aware of Project CARE here with Mayor Copenhaver, and you guys together, I think, met, or tell me how it was created.
So I wanted to find a way to network with some of the other programs in the area that work with the special needs population. And I wasn't having a lot of success. So I went to Mayor Copenhaver and told him kind of what I wanted to do and how I wanted to be able to connect with other programs and special education teachers in the area. And he thought it was a great idea, and we partnered, and this is how Project CARE started.
Now, Mary, you have the St. Bernard's ID tag. So
yes.
What do you do full-time?
I'm the instructor coordinator for Project Search, and it's a 9-month internship for young adults with disabilities.
So Project CARE is kind of a branch of Project Search.
That's really how it kind of all started.
Laura, what has made you passionate and got you involved in this organization?
Well, I've taught for 32 years in special education, and then I was just asked to join this group, and I think it's a good opportunity to join with not just educators, but there's people on there that belong to legislation, and who else is, it's not just educators, it's a mix of other resources.
Resources, advocate, as well as the hands-on with the actual students. Or is there an age category? Does it matter? How would a student or a participant become a part of Project Search?
So the younger population of special needs children, there's a lot more services. Once they become adults, once they graduate high school, there's not a lot out there for them. So we were trying to find ways that we could help that population.
That's very cool. And one of the things you have coming up is called a Transitions Job Fair. Tell us a little about that.
Okay, well, this is our first transition fair of this magnitude. We've got over 43 vendors coming. We have anywhere from factories like Riceland's coming, Hytro, Unilever,
Butterball.
Butterball. And then not just industries, but we also have other areas like cosmetology, healthcare, people that can offer jobs like entry-level jobs. Mm-hmm. And so this is an opportunity for the students to 10 through 12 to come and check out different career opportunities that will be available to them after graduation. Also, not just jobs, but also continuing education. We have Black River and ASU Newport as vocational schools coming. And then St. Bernard's offers some short-term certificate programs that they can offer, so they're going to talk to the students about that as they visit them.
And I think the city of Jonesboro also has hired a few of your graduates, would you call them?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
And you obviously match a student's potential, and because you as professionals understand what types of jobs that they might best be suited for. Tell me what you've seen in the results. What does it do for them?
Well, so I always tell my students, they always want to go to a 4-year college, and sometimes that's just not the appropriate place. And so I always tell them, like, Project Search is continuing their education like they were going to college. What I see with my school, or what I do at Brooklyn, is I have a school to work program there, and I put kids to work within the school, and so they're learning job skills in the school, but Mary has the capability of more one-on-one, more guidance, more independent type work than I can do at school. And so what I've seen is these students that I had once had in high school have really matured and grown up, and just amazed at their communication skills, their working skills. It's just amazing to see them, like after they've been there almost a year after graduation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us about a couple of your students.
Okay. I have one student who is a junior in high school who has started his own lawn care business, and he is making the money. He tells me every day, hey, I raked this amount of yard all day and I made $200, or he's making good money.
And he's going to be one of the vendors
Oh,
at
yeah.
the transition.
Is
We're
there-
gonna
Yes.
spotlight him as a student entrepreneur at the transition fair.
Well, it might not be long before he hires me, because this is fabulous,
Yeah.
fabulous stuff. Give us another example.
Okay, so I have a student that went through the WOLF program, which is my school to work program at school. He worked with the IT department, and he ran the wires. He installed the projectors in all the classrooms, and so he graduated. And finally, 3 years later, the IT department was able to hire additional help, and that's who they hired. So 3 years after graduation,
Wow.
this student that was in my program is working full time at Brooklyn High School.
That's fabulous. That's a fabulous story. And I think it's not atypical of most of the experiences that we see. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mary, what is like when you see a kid come in, I assume the starting point is always a little different with every child, but how do you ascertain where to begin and how to get them to the finish line that you choose?
Well, so we take, for Project Search, we take 11 interns every year, and they're all at very different levels. So that's what she was saying with the one-on-one approach. And we really, we go through a lot of different things to make sure that, we know what they can do, we know what they need to work on, we know how to help them be successful in their skill set. And then we go and we find the jobs that the best fit for them.
When you first meet a child, do you get all different ranges of, as you would with any child, maturity or interest in that sort of thing, or is there generally a fear or an uncertainty that they're feeling?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's from the day one until they find the job, and then it's pretty much the whole time. They're excited, but they're nervous because they're going to be more independent. They're going to be success. They're going to be a big part of the community, and that's huge for them. And I look to the special needs teachers, the SPED departments all across the area to really find who is a good fit for my program and who is a good fit for, say, Abilities or Focus or Pathfinders or the Human Development Center. I feel like once we started Project CARE, we were really able to communicate those so that when they do graduate from high school, we're there to help them find that path.
Very nice. Connect the dots so people will understand the difference between Project CARE and Project Search.
So Project Search is the internship. We have over 600 sites worldwide where we teach job skills to young adults ages 18 to 35. Project CARE is an advocacy group. We are here to help find the right fit. It might not be a job for them. It might be something else.
It may be independent living, finding them ways that they could live independently, whether it be supportive housing or something like that. So it's not just job related. It's transportation. It's
Yes.
independent living. It's
Legislation. We are looking at legislation to see how we can better serve the population as well. And if the law needs to be changed, we want to be able to advocate for that.
Have you had to do that in the past?
We have seen where some of the laws for this population need to be changed. They need to be altered. We need to figure out how to go to our legislators, and we want to make sure that we're asking the right questions and doing the right things to get those laws changed. So that's what we're in the process of doing.
Is there a specific message that you want to get across to our legislators?
I think in Craighead County, almost a third of the population is have special needs or are disabled in some way, and so they're here and they need our help, and we can provide we can provide the education for them so that they know what their rights are. They know what they can do to better educate themselves, to become more independent. All these things we can help them with. That's what we're looking forward to.
And we would like for employers to be able to recognize that these students are capable of working. I mean, they're some of the hardest workers out there, and we just want other people to recognize that. And I'll give you an example. I had a student that always was interviewing for jobs, and he would get the job, and then I would check on him and say, how'd it go? And he would just do the training period, like the week or two training period, and then he was let go. I said, well, what's wrong? What's going on? And so he's too slow. He's too slow to do that particular job. And so he was a great fit for Project Search, because through that, then he was able to become more confident. I think his speed in working increased, and so now he's got a fantastic job.
That's fabulous.
In the community.
Because that gets, and you hit on something good, but also that's the second point, that they improve the skills as anyone would, with repetition and time and
Absolutely.
some leadership.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about employers hiring people with special needs, that is a message that we really need to get out, and that's what I'm proud personally of Mayor Copenhaver for seeking these type of workers for our workforce, because there are jobs that can be done, and you're doing yourself, you're doing the individuals, and you're doing the community a service by hiring people with special needs, because everybody loves everybody. I mean, you get past that brain thing where you want everybody to be perfectly on cue, and it's
Right.
It's
There is a
different.
stigma. You're right.
Right,
There is a
little
stigma with
is
that.
the word, yes.
Yeah, and there shouldn't be. We're all at different levels. We all are good at something, and I think if this population is just given the opportunity, employers will be blown away.
That's great. That's great. Well, we've got the job fair, and that is going to be February 8th,
On a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
From 8:30 to 2:30, 9 area schools will be coming
And it's going to be held
at St. Bernard's Auditorium.
St. Bernard's Auditorium. That's on Washington Street, right? All right.
So.
And beyond that, is there any need for anyone to contact you guys?
If you have any questions or concerns, we are on the City of Jonesboro's website, and you can contact us through that.
I know that there are some homeschool parents out there. A lady just informed me the other day that they met with that group of homeschoolers, and so there's probably a couple of parents that are going to be reaching out. So it's open for special needs students that are homeschooled. Come on out, get the parents. We'll have service agencies there that parents could get information about Medicaid waiver, things like that.
Very nice. And I do want to mention before we stop that we've had a recent dinner for the mayors of Craighead County, and with the direction of these ladies, some fine chefs, and of course the mayor's assistants, Shelley Anderson and Tanya Hoddle. these young people did a fabulous job. You might as well be eating at a 5-star restaurant with their service and their work at that. So we have seen firsthand the great service that you guys provide and what it produces, and the confidence, I think, was really cool to see in these young people. So this is Project CARE, and we're talking with Mary Housewright and Laura Pope, and they do the wonderful job of leading this organization. Ladies, is there anything last you'd like to tell us before we go?
We'd love to see you at the Transition Fair on February the 8th from 8:30 to 2:30. St. Bernard's Auditorium.
We thank you, ladies, for being on Let's Talk Jonesboro.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be sure to check us out on Facebook too.